want for Christmas
Is you.
is you, Mumba. You, Mumba, to qualify tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this is as insane as it gets. We are on the last day of the league stages of season 11 of the Pro Kabaddi League, and we yet don't have our 6th qualifier. Technically, you Mumba, are through because they need a win, a tie or a loss by less than 46 points versus the Bengal Warriors. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to KBD Live. My name is Brajesh Shivji. With me is our resident Santa, the man who brings us the gift of relaying to us in beautiful words this brilliant sport of Kabaddi every evening. Padamjeet, who's your Paddy Sherawat? Merry Christmas in advance, Mr. Sherawat.
A man is known by the company he keeps.
And what is it that you would like for Christmas?
I would be wanting quietness of mind. Oh dear Lord, give me the art of kindness and give me the art of patience.
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 Padamjeet Sherawat wants patience.
Peace.
Peace.
Quietness.
Quietness, quietude. And he comments on a sport that is probably the craziest, the most chaotic, the most insane of all sports in the Indian sporting firmament. On the sport of Kabaddi, Paddy, what are you talking about? We still don't know. We haven't been able to decide which team is going to finish where on the points table except for the top two.
Yeah, and the art of war suggests that unless you will be at peace with yourself, you can never win any war. Okay, now today this is war. You Mumba, all they need to do is win. Okay, even if they don't win, tie. Even if they don't tie, don't lose by a margin somewhere greater than 45. Because the score difference, so only the score difference if they lose by 45 or something, right? 46?
46,
46. Only then they will not be able to qualify. So 99.9% they have 1 foot already in the playoffs, but formalities need to be fulfilled.
Padamjeet Sherawat talking about the art of war going complete Sun Tzu on us. Now, what do we have in store for you this evening? The KBD Live Top 6. We're going to begin with the future of one of the legends, one of the greatest players to have ever played the game. How does the Sultan Fazal Atrachali go? And then next up, another legend who's played with him. How does Mighty Money go post this season? Then, in Know Your Opponent, we're going to take you across to Australia, mate. There's a team in the mix there in the Melbourne Raid that's going to surprise you. Then we have Sunil Kumar at the mat. Then a man that Padamjeet Sherawat has on speed dial. He's going to be very interested in this chat. Ranveer Singh, Coach Ranveer Singh is on our radar. And then we will go to who the X Factor in tonight's first game is going to be. Coming to game number 2, it's the Bengal Warriors taking on U Mumba. And like we've been telling you all, U Mumba need to become the 6th qualifier is a win, a tie or a loss by less than 46. But listen, Paddy, they had a terrible loss to the Haryana Steelers the other night, did U Mumba. What do they do with that? Do they just erase that from their minds? Is it that simple?
It's not simple, but they have to do it. Bitter heart eats the owner. So delete that from your system. As I said, be at peace with yourself. Think about happy things where you conquered the best and you had the biggest of wins. So go in with a happy memory.
Ladies and gentlemen, another Paddyism, and remember, you heard it first here. A bitter heart eats the owner. Let's go across to something really very, very happy. Our hashtag PKL Snapstar Squad.
अरे यार, ये जुवी तो टीवी सीरियल देख रही है. अब इससे मैं रिमोट भी नहीं मांग सकता क्योंकि कल मैं सारा दिन मैच देखा हूँ. क्या करूँ? आइडिया. तुम्हारे लिए कुछ बना दूं मैं? मैगी, पास्ता या कुछ और? बताओ क्या खाओगी?
क्या बात है, आज इतना प्यार?
हाँ, वो तो मैं तुमसे करता ही हूँ, पर क्या करूँ, प्यार दिखाने का टाइम ही कहाँ मिलता है मुझे.
बात को घुमाओ मत, साफ साफ बोलो क्या बात है.
यार क्या है ना, स्टार स्पोर्ट्स पे प्रो कबड्डी लीग चल रही है जिसमें मेरी फेवरेट टीम यू मुंबा का मैच बंगाल वॉरियर के साथ है.
अच्छा, तो तुमने मैच देखने के लिए स्टार स्पोर्ट्स का सब्सक्रिप्शन ले लिया?
अरे यार, मैंने ना स्टार स्पोर्ट्स पे मैच देखने के लिए कोई पैसा नहीं दिया, ये बिल्कुल फ्री है. और आज का मैच तो बहुत ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है, बराबरी की टक्कर होने वाली है, तो आज का मैच तो देखना इम्पोर्टेंट है ना यार.
हाँ, तो तुम्हारी टीम जीतने में मेरा क्या फायदा?
है ना फायदा. अगर रिमोट दोगी तो मैच देखने के बाद तुम्हारे लिए शॉपिंग पे चलेंगे.
सच में? ये लो रिमोट.
मुझे तो रिमोट मिल गया, तो आप भी जाओ स्टार स्पोर्ट्स पर और प्रो कबड्डी लीग में अपनी फेवरेट टीम को सपोर्ट करो.
All right, the Bengal Warriors take to the mat this evening for their final game in season 11 of the Pro Kabaddi League. It's been a terrible season for them, but one huge question doing the rounds, Paddy, is how does the Sultan Fazal Atrachali go post this season?
Fazal Atrachali individually has not done badly at all, because when you talk about him, I mean, the numbers are good. The fact is that has he been a good captain? I mean, a captain is as good as the team is. Look at 19 matches, 59 tackle points, 3.1 tackle points per game is very good. High fives could have been bigger, but then you need support from the right cover defender for you to get more points. Mayur Kadam could have done better. When you talk about this team overall, I mean, Fazal, I think I will see him play in season 14 as well.
Yeah, because he's that fit, he really is. But then there's another question doing the rounds from that team itself. How does his compatriot, the Man Mountain, Mighty Money, go post this season? Big one.
Big one, because the encounters where he's been quiet, he's just found lost. And the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. And he needs to change. He needs to pick up, because you're talking about Mighty Money. Look at the rate points here. PKL 7, 205. Got better in season 8. Season 9, very good. Took a little dip in season 10. We expected greater contributions. Suddenly, Money only contributes 108 points, which is the lowest in a long, long time. Mind you, you are talking about the biggest constant as far as Raiders are concerned in the history of the game. Only one. Started in season 1 with Jaipur Pink Panthers, Mighty Money. Right? He's come this far. I still think he has a lot of kabaddi left in him. He has not conquered big. And as we were talking about the fact that whenever he has not performed, he's actually not taken off. I mean, I remember a game where he put in 12 raids and just 1 raid point to show. And because they kept continuing with him, so Vishwas was not brought on, they lost that game. So Money's presence on the mat has cost them games as well.
Absolutely. Mighty Money this season was a shadow of himself. Remains to be seen how he goes now. PKL goes to Australia, mate, and you've got to know your opponent. Aussie Riders.
Hi, my name's Josh Kennedy. Position is sort of left corner tackle and a raider as well.
Campbell Brown, I'm the coach. First reaction to watching PKL is...
My reaction was, oh my God, this is crazy. Jun from the Jaipur Panthers.
Maninder Singh, he's a great raider.
All Stars, it's your game, it's our turf. Bring it on, let's go Raiders.
Message to the All-Stars is enjoy Christmas, because they're not going to have a holiday in John Cain Arena on the 28th of December.
Oh, this is going to be insane. This is the PKL festival from the 26th to the 29th. The 26th and the 27th are, of course, the eliminators and the semi-finals. On the 28th, it's the Melbourne Ride. And on the 29th, it's the grand final at the Balewadi Sports Complex. You remember, speaking of the Melbourne Ride,
Yeah.
Paddy, you remember Scott Campbell? Didn't he play in that World Cup for Australia, which was played in Ahmedabad?
2016?
Oh man, he's now the coach of the Aussie Riders team. And not only that, we're going to see some of our own legends in action. We have the bonus Kabaddi.
Yeah, Anup Kumar.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talk about him. Oh. And then we have Ajay Thakur.
Iceman.
Iceman there. And the greatest of them all ever played the game. Might not have been a PKL legend, but Rakesh, his prime days had finished much before PKL started. So, and then talk about the dupe kicking Pardeep Narwal. He will be in action as well on the 28th. Mighty Money will be in action. So whatever he could not do here, and he will look to make amends.
Oh, fantastic. You know, and I think Mighty Money, in preparation for Melbourne, will be putting on a show for us tonight versus you, Mumbai. At this point, we have Sunil Kumar standing by at the mat.
रिपोर्ट ये है कि कबड्डी के दो महारथी हैं आज आमने सामने. प्लीज वेलकम बंगाल वॉरियर्स माइटी मनिंदर सिंह एंड यू मुंबा's कैप्टन सुनील कुमार. आप दोनों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है.
थैंक यू मैम.
सुनील, आज अगर यू मुंबा मुकाबला हारती भी है तब भी प्लेऑफ्स में पहुंच सकती है, तो आपके लिए जीत के मोमेंटम के साथ प्लेऑफ्स में जाना कितना ज़रूरी है?
बिल्कुल मैम, लीग का आखिरी मैच है और जीतना बहुत ज़रूरी है टीम के लिए. अगर जीतते हैं तो फिर पोजीशन पर फिनिश करेंगे और कोशिश यही रहेगी कि आज मैच जीतें और जीत के मोमेंटम के साथ ही प्लेऑफ में जाएं।
जी, ऐसा बंगाल को करना आपको देना होगा। माइटी मनिंदर यहाँ पे मुस्कुरा रहे हैं। मनी, इस सीज़न की शुरुआत में बंगाल वॉरियर्स पेपर पे काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम नज़र आ रही थी, पर आपके हिसाब से बंगाल से कहाँ कमी रह गई?
टीम की शुरुआत तो मतलब बहुत बढ़िया हुई थी, है ना। बाकी हमारे थोड़े प्लेयरों की इंजरी हो गई थी, मेरे खुद के थोड़ी इंजरी हो गई थी, है ना। तो उसकी वजह से मैंने मैच बहुत कम खेले इस साल, तो इंजरी का मेन कारण रहा इस बार। हाँ जी।
और मनी, अगर हम आपके परफॉर्मेंस की बात करें तो आप खुद के परफॉर्मेंस को इस सीज़न कैसे आंकते हैं?
परफॉर्मेंस ऐसे है, पहले तो बहुत बढ़िया स्टार्टिंग हुई थी, है ना, और बीच में थोड़ी इंजरी आने की वजह से वो जो 4-5 मैच नहीं खेले तो उससे थोड़ा फर्क पै गया, है ना। बाकी बाद में आके हमने जो खेले मैच वो बढ़िया खेले। हाँ जी।
जी, और सुनील, सीज़न 7 के बाद यू मुंबा प्लेऑफ्स के इतने करीब पहुंची है, कैप्टन सुनील कुमार का इसमें कितना बड़ा इम्पैक्ट है?
मैम, इम्पैक्ट तो पूरी टीम का है, पूरी टीम ने अच्छा खेला है। जो टीम बनाई है मैनेजमेंट ने, कोचिज ने काफ़ी शानदार लीग खेल कर आई है। पूरे सीजन में अच्छे अच्छे मैचेस खेले हैं और जीते भी हैं। खुश हूँ कि पहली बार यू मुंबा ने लिया और प्लेऑफ में पहुंच जाएंगे। कोशिश करेंगे कि फाइनल तक भी जाए और ट्रॉफी उठाए।
ऑल राइट, यू मुंबा के कप्तान का प्लान तो बिल्कुल तैयार है। मणि, हमने सुना है कि आप भी मेलबर्न जा रहे हैं, तो प्लान क्या है?
बस प्लान कुछ नहीं है, आज रात को चले जाएंगे। तो और हमारी टीम है, जैसे अनूप कुमार कैप्टन है हमारे, ना, तो बढ़िया टीम बनी है। उधर भी आपस में पहला मैच है हमारा, ना
जी,
तो दूसरा मैच ऑस्ट्रेलिया की टीम के साथ है, तो उधर भी बढ़िया खेलेंगे। और जैसे रण सिंह है मेरे साथ आ गया, तो हम एक टीम में खेल रहे हैं, तो उसकी बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी है।
चलिए, सिर्फ खेलने का प्लान है कि मेलबर्न थोड़ा घूमना भी है?
ना घूमांगे जी, उधर बढ़िया घूम के हमारे।
अच्छा, हमसे बात करने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया एंड ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर टुडे।
All right, long, hard season it's been for all the teams. Game number 1, the Bengaluru Bulls go up against the UP Yoddhas. We will speak about the game, but first up, there's one huge chatter that's going around Pradeep Narwal. There are voices saying that this game could be swan song, Paddy.
I would say no. I'm still hopeful. He's just 28 years of age. And I think, yeah, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Free lunches are found only in mousetraps. That's also.
Look at that, he's just 5 away from 1800.
Yeah, but I think even if he gets there, I wouldn't want to see a smile on his face. Because we would want to clap. I wouldn't even want him to wave at the audience for that. Because the performances this season have just not been there. The team has only fetched 2 wins out of 21 so far. I would want him to go and, you know, a leader knows the way, goes the way, shows the way. Lead from the front. Tell your boys how magical they are. Carry them forward. Get a win. Sign off with a win, Pradeep Narwal. As far as how much of Kabaddi is left in him, I still think there is a bit of Kabaddi left in him.
All right, the Bengaluru Bulls and UP Yoddhas obviously would both want to bow out of the league stages with a win. The UP Yoddhas are not bowing out technically, they are in the playoffs. But speaking of leaders, let's move across to someone you have on speed dial, someone who's a friend of yours, who you love very much, Coach Ranveer Singh.
Yeah, how you walk with the broken counts far more than how you sit with the great. He was very good when Pawan Sherawat was there. He was doing everything, 80% of work Pawan Sherawat would do. Now comes the real season. Least wins in a season 2 this season. Worst season for the Bengaluru Bulls. Raid ranked 12th. Defense ranked 10th. Second most all-outs conceded. And so many times they lost by huge margins, where by the time we started the second half, the game was already finished. Now here is the most decorated coach ever. Let's not. 6 times he's taken the team to the semi-finals, which is also a fact. Now this season, the performances are not there. I would want the coach, when things go wrong, take the blame. There's something called credibility and there's something called accountability. Stand there, take the blows right in the chest and say, I was at fault. Don't blame your boys.
Okay, normally he's very upbeat, but I don't think he will be pretty upbeat right now. We have our big interview for you, our chat with Coach Ranveer Singh.
सर, आपका केबडी लाइव में बहुत बहुत स्वागत है।
थैंक यू
सर, 11 सीजन से आप एक ही टीम के साथ हैं। क्या आपको लगता है कि कोच रणधीर को एक नए चैलेंज की ज़रूरत है?
ऐसा है कि मैं पानी उतरता देख किनारे पर घर मत बसा लेना, समुंदरों वापस लौट के आऊँगा। तो इसलिए मैं, ये नहीं है, अप डाउन मैंने बहुत देखे, लेकिन ये सीज़न मेरे लिए अच्छा नहीं रहा और मैं उसको मानता हूँ कि अच्छा नहीं, क्योंकि अगर फेलियर है तो मेरा फेलियर है। मैंने 11 सीजन में 6 बार सेमीफाइनल पहुँची मेरी टीम, फर्स्ट भी, सेकंड भी, 4 बार थर्ड भी, लेकिन अब अच्छा नहीं कर सका। उसकी जिम्मेवारी मेरी खुद की है। मैं अपने आप रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेता हूँ अपने आप।
जी सर, आपका बड़प्पन है कि आप ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कंप्लीटली उठा रहे हैं, पर सर कुछ खिलाड़ी भी रहे हैं जो आपके अपेक्षा के अनुसार नहीं खेल पे आए हैं। क्या उन्होंने कहीं ना कहीं आपको लेट डाउन किया है?
बहुत ज़्यादा। कुछ तो 9 प्लेयर इंजोर्ड हो गए थे, जो मैं नहीं बता सकता था, उस टाइम नहीं बता सकता था। और कुछ जो अपेक्षा से खरे नहीं उतरे। मैं नाम लेना कोई ये नहीं समझता, नहीं लूँगा। जय भगवान, अजिंक्य, जिनको मैंने बहुत होप थी
जी।
जय भगवान बेस्ट रेडर था नेशनल का, बीच का, और बहुत अच्छा खेला था, उसके अनुसार लिए, लेकिन ये अच्छा नहीं कर सके।
Coach Ranveer Singh taking the entire responsibility, the entire blame himself, as Paddy predicted. But let's move across to the UP Yoddhas. Paddy, this is going to be their 5th playoff in 6 seasons, and the credit lies with
Coach.
There you go. Jasveer Singh, how brilliant has he been?
Superb. I mean, when you talk about him, there are certain coaches who just keep a low profile. They are not flamboyant, they're not flashy, they don't do coaching for Insta Reels. They don't want the popularity, they don't want to be in the limelight. They very quietly go about their business. He and Coach Redu, I mean, two of them, I'm so fond of the both of them. Look at that. They keep it simple, and that's the magic. Simplicity is the magic.
I'll give you another personal insight. By all accounts, Coach Jasveer Singh is just a very gentle gentleman. He's a beautiful human being, is what everyone says. He's at the mat right now, ready to talk to us.
सर, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। सर, पिछले सीजन यूपी योद्धास ने पॉइंट्स टेबल पे 11वें स्थान पे खत्म किया था, लेकिन ये आपका 5वां प्लेऑफ है 6 सीजन्स में। तो आप ये टर्न अराउंड कैसे लेकर आए?
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल। जो पिछला सीज़न था वो काफ़ी निराशाजनक था हमारा, और वो 11वें सीज़न पे करा। बाकी उसके पहले अगर आप देखोगे तो काफ़ी अच्छा टीम ने करा, सेमीफाइनल में भी 3 बार गई है। तो जो पिछली बार की कमियां थी कुछ टीम में, तो वो हमने कुछ प्लेयर चेंज करके जो कमियां थी उन्हें दूर करके हमने फिर कम बैक किया।
जी, और क्या शानदार कमबैक किया सर इस बार योद्धास ने। सर, आज के मुकाबले के बाद ये तय हो जाएगा कि आप किसके साथ भिड़ने वाले हैं प्लेऑफ्स में, 2 टाइम चैंपियंस जयपुर पिंक पैंथर्स या फिर सीजन 2 चैंपियंस यू मुंबा। अगर आपको एक टीम पिक करनी होती तो वो कौन सी होती सर?
नहीं, देखिए, सारी मैं तो 2 की नहीं बात करूँगा, 12 की 12 टीम बहुत अच्छी टीम थी, और ये जो प्लेऑफ में 6 की 6 टीम है, ये सभी बराबर टीम है। और अभी इसके बाद भी हमारे मैच के बाद, क्योंकि यू मुंबा का मैच है, तो वो डिसाइड करेंगे कि वो किसके साथ खेलना चाहते हैं या नहीं चाहते। हमारे लिए दोनों बिल्कुल चैलेंज है। दोनों टीमों के साथ हमें बहुत अच्छी तैयारी के साथ आना पड़ेगा, और हम बहुत मजबूती के साथ, प्लानिंग के साथ दोनों टीमों के साथ जाएंगे।
The Dream 11 starting 7 for that game, Paddy.
Yeah, Pradeep is there, Lucky, Sushil, Naveen Kundu, Saurabh, Pradeep. So no changes for the Bulls, and this is what you would expect. If you look at the other side, of course, Surinder is there. Surinder Gill starts, and I don't see Bharat.
Bhavani?
I don't see Bhavani. Gagan? Not there. Surinder returns. Oh, they're taking lightly. They can't afford to take it lightly.
No, they're clearly saying it doesn't matter to us who we play with in the eliminators.
Well done. I mean, this can be a double-edged sword. I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, I would have fielded the best side, to be honest.
All right, let's take a look at who the X factor in that game could be. There you go.
I mean, someone who was not even picked in the auction. And Coach Sherawat can take the credit of bringing Nitin Raval to the Bulls camp, and I think this was a master stroke. No other defender has played as well in the left corner, and Shadlu included, as well as Nitin Raval has.
Yeah, we will be seeing Nitin Raval in action in Australia too during the Melbourne raid on the 28th. But I think the UP Yoddhas are making a statement, and it's a smart decision to rest their top 3 raiders. No Bharat, no Bhavani Rajput, no Gagan Gowda. Fantastic from the UP Yoddhas. Let's see how it goes. Also good practice for Surinder Gill. It's that time of the evening for one last time. The line is drawn. The game is on. Let's play Kabaddi.
One final dance in season 11 of the league stages. Dabang Delhi KC confirmed their spot in the top two. 65 days into the tournament, we still have one final qualification card to give out. And the Bengal Warriors will be in action when they play for pride against Mumbai, who are most likely to be in the playoffs. Will they finish at number 6? Will it be at number 5? Tonight's result has a big bearing. That is match number 2, Warriors against Mumbai. And in our opening game this evening, it is going to be the Bengaluru Bulls with Pardeep Narwal 5 short of 1800 rate points. Final league game for both these teams, final match for the Bulls, but for the UP Yoddhas, they will look to continue absolutely wonderful momentum that they've picked up. 8 matches unbeaten, and they look to make this 9 today. Bulls against the Yoddhas. And like we said, we're going to take a day off tomorrow for Christmas, and when we're back on the 26th, we're going to gear up. We'll be ready for the all-important playoffs. We're coming to you live from the Balewadi Sports Complex in Pune, and we're ready. We'll fight for the playoffs. Like we said, in the final day of the league stages, we still have one qualification card to hand out. Mumbai need just the 1 point. And the Telugu Titans obviously in the race as well. It's just that they'll need to see Mumbai lose this match by 48 points if the Telugu Titans have to make it. If you know the game of Kabaddi well enough, you know that that is certainly going to put Mumbai as favourites going in. Here is how you can get to the 29th of December. Navneet Krishna here in the company of Bridge Shirji. Bridge, looking good for Mumbai to occupy that position there in... well, we still don't know who's going to occupy which position, but to at least make it to the top 6.
Please don't stress me out, Navneet. It's Mumbai. Anything is possible. Right now, it's the UP Yoddhas limbering up to take on the Bengaluru Bulls, who will want to bow out with a win.
It's time to take Panga with the Yoddhas. Please welcome the next team, UP Yoddhas.
Oh, catchy. Drag that for the UP Yoddhas to run out too. It's the UP Yoddhas move aside. Thoda side mein ho ja, they say. The UP Yoddhas tonight, well, they have qualified, but who will they take on in the eliminators, pardon me, is something we will know only after the second game. It all depends on how Mumbai goes. Look at that. Look at that. 8 games unbeaten. In their last 5, they've won 4 and 1 tie. That is absurd. Gagan Gowda, oh, what a find for them this season. The Dream 11 starting 7. Surinder Gill starts today. There is no Gagan Gowda, no Bhavani Rajput, no Bharat. They're making a statement here, Navneet.
I know Paddy said that he would have liked to see them top 7. I actually like this. No harm in a long season to give your big boys some rest. And for the Bengaluru Bulls, let's see who turns up.
For the Raging Bulls from the south of India, it's now or never. It's time to full charge Marty with Bengaluru Bulls.
Navneet was saying, let's see who turns up for the Bengaluru Bulls. Navneet has been waiting for the Bengaluru Bulls to turn up all season. Will they turn up tonight? Pardeep Narwal is just 5 points away from Mount 1800, to borrow a leaf from Navneet Krishna. All eyes will be on that man tonight. After tonight, both Pardeep Narwal and Nitin Rawal move to Australia for the Melbourne raid. On the 28th, this is their Dream 11 starting 7. There are absolutely no changes to that starting 7. They're playing a 3-raider formation. Sushil Lucky Kumar and Pardeep Narwal. Make your own team.
Yeah, but it's a familiar looking team here. Not the kind of changes that we saw with the UP Yoddhas. But he's always going to be a player to watch out for. He may be past his peak, but every time he turns up on a Kabaddi mat, he's at sight to prevail, Pardeep Narwal.
And the dream 11 player to watch out for, Surinder Gill. We're seeing him after a long break on the mat. Let's see how well he's recovered. Why are you trying to pronounce
Kabul, because it's that's only that much turn. Our final league day here, day 66. It's been a long ride, season 11. We're all ready for our final league day. The Bulls taking on the Yoddhas.
Hi. It's Pardeep Narwal, Surinder Gill. Toss happened a while back. The Bengaluru Bulls won. The UP Yoddhas will rate first.
Line drawn. Game on. Kabaddi.
¿Cómo estás, compadres? Hola, amigos. As the first raid of the game gets underway, Navneet, I have to say this to you. The UP Yoddhas this season have put together a team based solely upon the science of genetics. If Gagan Gowda, Bhavani Rajput and Bharat weren't tall enough, this is the first successful tackle of the game celebrated by Shriram Finance. Shivam is also so tall that he almost made it across the line, and so is Surinder Gill. This is genetics at play.
Oh, he's gotten that. Pardeep Narwal's first appearance this evening. Wait a minute, did he get the touch or not? 5 short of 1800 raid points, Pardeep Narwal. Last league game, will it be the night where the record breaker registers yet another record in his name?
Coach Randhir Sherawat looking glum, and with reason. Coach Jasveer Singh, his usual sanguine self. We aren't seeing Surinder Gill yet. It's really interesting to see how he's recovered. And look at that. Look at that. Even if it's not their top 3, Keshav Kumar has been used as backup quite a few times by the UP Yoddhas this season.
And he picks up Lucky Kumar. Look at that for a lunge forward. Excellent hand touch there on Lucky Kumar. Now Sushil. Sushil has actually been the one picking up some points in recent times for the Bengaluru Bulls. But right on cue, Mohammad Reza Kabadrangi picks up a tackle point.
Yeah, I mean, despite Sushil being sent off to the bench, he's really hasn't done himself any harm by his performance in the last few games. There will be some interest in him come next auction and in Kabadrangi there. All right, now Surinder Gill. Let's take a look at this. We'll be able to suss out how he's moving. Slightly tentative at this point.
Started off the season as the captain of the team, as the main raider, where injury had other plans, unfortunately.
You know, speaking of injury, imagine the toll getting to almost 1800 must have taken on Pardeep Narwal's body. This is a tough sport, man.
Absolutely. He gets one there. And he's off the mark tonight, Pardeep Narwal. He's just closer to 1800.
Listen to the stadium, Navneet.
No matter where he plays, whenever he takes to the mat, there will be a massive roar. And you're right, Ridge, the longevity needed for you to rake up 1800 rate points in the game. It tells you how good he's been at the highest level. Yes, he may be past his peak. Yeah, we understand that we don't see the Pardeep of old. But the fact that he's turned up, when was the first time we saw him in season 2?
That is true. This is what I meant when I said genetics. Look at what Surinder Gill does. He just lies down, a backstroke, and he waits for others to come in. Greedy. Imagine the amount of work Pardeep Narwal has had to put in over the years to still be able to operate at this level. You know, I was speaking to Padamjeet Sherawat in our pre-game show KBD Live and asking him how he thinks Pardeep Narwal will go, because there's been a bit of chatter around whether this game is Pardeep Narwal's swan song. I don't think Pardeep Narwal would like to hear that question.
Well, only time will tell. You want absolute superstars of the game to leave on a high. Hasn't been a high this season for the Bengaluru Bulls and for Pardeep.
You know, speaking of it not being a high for the Bengaluru Bulls, Coach Randir Sherawat in his pre-game interview, he accepted the entire blame.
Yeah.
He took it upon himself, man.
He said this was my responsibility. I've had many a good season as a coach. This, not one of them. Oh, that is sharp. And he picks one more up. Gets even closer, Pardeep. 3 shy now of 1,800 rate points.
The reason why Navneet said it was sharp, he was moving to the right side of the mat. He braked. Look at that. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, catches the cover defender by surprise there. This time, Keshav Kumar, possibly the only raider who's not as tall as every other UP Yoddhas raider. Excellent work there from the defenders. The Bulls playing with a little bit of freedom tonight.
Now, apart from freedom, they also seem to have come out with some intent that we haven't seen in a while now. On most metrics, the Bulls are at the bottom of the table. But tonight, it looks like a different outfit.
Sushil, he's had his chances this season. Has impressed every now and then. Hasn't had a breakout here.
Yeah, that's true. It's not a breakout here, but he's just threatening to be on the cusp of one.
Yeah, he's given us glimpses of what he brings to the mat. Surinder Gill, we know what he brings to the mat. It's just a pity that it hasn't worked out the way he would have liked it to. An injury can ever so often be a dampener for so many of these players. We saw what it did to Aslam Inamdar and what it went on to doing to Puneri Paltan. But the story has been quite different for UP Yoddhas despite the absence of Surinder Gill. What a journey they've had.
Their trio of raiders have been incredible, especially Gagan Gowda, who's gone about his job just so quietly. And the incredible thing about the UP Yoddhas team, it looks like this is a team that is forged in the mirror image of their coach. Quiet, not flashy, not looking for the spotlight. Let's just go out there, win a game, go back to the hotel, get a good night's rest, rinse, repeat.
Absolutely. They've had a fabulous season. They certainly have punched above their weight. Do or die raid here. Sushil to take this. He doesn't have a bonus on offer. There's Sahul Kumar in the right corner. Mohammad Raza Kabud Rangi in the left. Oh! Surinder Gill coming in a little too late, so it's a 2-pointer that goes to Sushil.
Was it Sahul with the first touch there? Yes, it was, and Surinder Gill with a remonstration to Sahul there. But he shouldn't have gone in for the assist himself. It wasn't Sahul's fault.
Split-second decisions that you need to take, and sometimes it can go completely awry. Yeah, Shivam looks like a sprightly raider.
I tell you what, apart from the Patna Pirates, this is another team that manufactures its raiders on an assembly line, man.
Raider out. 1 point, Bengaluru Bulls.
That was a do-or-die raid. Cannot come back without a point. Props to the Bengaluru Bulls defense for not allowing the bonus. Pardeep Narwal in a off super tackle opportunity. Raid number 5.
He's 3 shy now. Can clean up the Yoddhas and get one shot of 1800. Mohammad Reza is there. Oh, one! Unbelievable! Pardeep Narwal picks up 2 more.
That is incredible, and that is the first all-out of the game. Pardeep Narwal is on song tonight. He's gotten to 1799, 1,799 raid points. Oh, what a raid there! Surinder Gill, is he coming back from injury after a long break?
What injury?
Exactly.
I don't know about any injury. That looked brilliant. Oh, how about that? The Dubki in honor of the Dubki King.
For that taller man to pull in that Dubki, that is special. Right, Sushi looking for the bonus here. Retreating. The Bulls, yeah, there he has the bonus. Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, that center of gravity from that height. Look at Keshav, I like this footwork. It's not just footwork, it's body work, man.
Yeah, he keeps moving around.
He's moving from his waist.
Yeah, he's got a unique movement there. Very nice. But at the moment, the Bengaluru Bulls, this is a nice little passage of play. Now there he is. 1,799 raid points for the record breaker. One shot of 1,800. Nobody's gone past 1,800. There isn't anyone who's gone past 1,600 even. Only this man. We call him the record breaker for a reason. The greatest raider the game has ever seen. And in his heydays, boy, did he tear defensive lineups apart.
He had one game I've seen where he had 36 raid points, I think. Insane game that was. More on Pardeep Narwal after this 90-second strategic timeout. Alrighty then, welcome back. The Bengaluru Bulls enjoying a 7-point lead. Pardeep Narwal on 1,799, just 1 point away from 1,800. I was talking, well, we'll come back to that. PKL goes to Australia, mighty. Rakesh Kumar, Anup Kumar, Ajay Thakur. That is incredible. We're going to see all of them in action on the 28th. There's going to be 2 games in Melbourne. We're calling it the Melbourne Raid. All right, let's go across and listen to Coach Ranveer Singh.
ये सीजन मेरे लिए अच्छा नहीं रहा और मैं उसको मानता हूं कि अच्छा नहीं, क्योंकि अगर फेलियर है तो मेरा फेलियर है। मैंने 11 सीजन में 6 बार सेमीफाइनल पहुंची मेरी टीम, फर्स्ट भी, सेकंड भी, 4 बार थर्ड भी, लेकिन अब अच्छा नहीं कर सका। उसकी जिम्मेवारी मेरी खुद की है, मैं अपने आप रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेता हूं अपने आप।
You know, Navneet, you're a Bulls fan. You're a Ranveer Shrawat fan. But the answer he gave was in response to a question which was, are you looking for a new challenge? Evidently, he's not. How do you react to that?
1 point, UP Yoddhas.
It's interesting. He didn't say a yes, nor did he say a no.
Yeah, he was non-committal.
Yeah, he was non-committal. Truth be told, listen, who are we to comment on this? But it's going to be up to the management of the Bengaluru Bulls on how they see that relationship. It's going to be up to Coach Ranveer Singh Sarawat if he wants to continue. Obviously, 11th season in, he's the only coach. Oh! Pardeep! Oh, it would have been fitting had that raid come off. What if he had an 8-point raid to reach 1800? He gets the bonus! He gets the bonus!
Number 1 out for it.
Pardeep Narwal, the first raider on the planet to go past 1800 raid points.
The Dubki King, the record breaker, has yet another record to his name. 1800 raid points in a career. This is massive. This is history. Pardeep Narwal, we salute you.
It's only fitting that everyone in the Bariwadi Sports Complex stand up and salute arguably the biggest name in the game. The record breaker, the Dubki King. He will go on and hug and touch the feet of his coach, take his blessings. He's been an outright thorough entertainer, bona fide superstar of the game, and the poster boy of Indian Kabaddi for close to a decade.
Did you think there'd be this kind of cheer when someone went off to the bench? A rough super tackle opportunity here for the Bengaluru Bulls. It's Shivam Chaudhary in raid. Oh, he's quick, isn't he, man? What raiders they have, the UP Yoddhas.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick point. Yeah, he's a really rapid raider, Shivam. But 1800 raid points, Bridge, goodness gracious. That's going to take some doing to topple that record. And I can't see that being toppled for a long time, I'll be honest with you.
That's well nigh impossible, man, I'm telling you. Another raw super tackle opportunity here. Nitin Rawal staying out of reach of Surindar's long arm span, those eagle-like arms, and Surinder makes it look so easy.
It's the height advantage. Comes to such good effect. 9-14 now, that's got down to 5, that gap, and the Bulls now staring at an all-out. It was the Yoddhas that were all-out not long ago, and now they're turning the tide. Sushil, he's gotten the bonus, but can he muster something more? He can't! Take 3 more there, the Yoddhas. 1 more for the Bulls. That score will go to 12-15, down to a 3-point lead.
Man, the speed with which Gangaram came in on that dash stroke block was incredible. Now, Pardeep Narwal, this is how he got to 1800 points. I was telling you about the 36-point game that I saw. That was season 5 versus, I think it was the Haryana Steelers. It was in the playoffs. He had 1 raid there, Navneet, which was an 8-point raid. He cleaned up 6 players and inflicted an all-out. So 2 for the all-out. 6 players. How do you get him in with 6?
Unreal. That was peak Pardeep Narwal. Shivam Chaudhary starting to impress one and all here. That is a top reverse toe touch on the right corner. But you're right, an 8-point raid is absurd. It's unreal. Where he walks with authority. He may not have had the best season, his team may not have the best season, but nobody, and absolutely nobody, can take away what he's done to the game in India. Millions of Kabaddi players across the country now play the game because they want to grow up and be the Pardeep Narwal of tomorrow. Be the Dubki King of tomorrow.
1 point, UP Yoddhas.
Look at that. The top three raiders, Sumit, all sitting there and applauding, well, practically a completely substitute defense. Imagine the sort of confidence this team possesses. Oh, lucky.
Lucky with the first effort, but he'll be thankful that Parthi came in with a supporting act. Well done, Lucky. Now look at Lucky. He went past Keshav Kumar, but in came Parthi with the decisive effort.
Lucky also did well to hang on with his right hand to Keshav Kumar's knee.
Look at who's in the bench there. Gagan Gowda, Sumit, Hitesh, all stars who are just getting an extended time off before they turn up for the playoffs. Who will they be facing? Only time will tell. But you've been around for a decade to see Pardeep Narwal in action, Bridge. He's brought a few people to the stadium to watch a game of Kabaddi, that I can tell you.
I feel blessed, man. Pardeep Narwal has been a phenomenal ambassador for the game. Packed stadiums, loud roars,
posters, placards.
It's been insane. It's been magical.
Yeah, he invented a move that he's made his own, very rightly so, called the Dubki King. But we've been lucky in our generation, Bridge, to grow up and watch India produce some of its finest stars over the last 10-15 years in different sports. In the game of Kabaddi, like you said, it's been a privilege to watch the rise of Pardeep Narwal to absolute stardom.
You were talking about him having created a move that he made his own. You're speaking of the Dubki, but even within that move, he has a variation. Now, there are a lot of players who now are, great practitioners of the Dubki. It's an art unto itself. It's mystical. Pardeep Narwal has a side-on Dubki. It's almost a reverse Dubki. It's practically impossible to replicate. Imagine the speed at which his mind must be moving when he pulls off that move.
My goodness. And the manner in which you're explaining that is just making me visualize that move time and again. It's a special move that's gotten him so many points. It was a move that got him that 8-pointer against the Haryana Steelers in Season 5. Continues to still be the record for the most number of raid points in a single raid.
Every single time I revisit that 8-point raid, on various screens, it's goosebumps, man. Every time I think of it, it's goosebumps. Every time the name Pardeep Narwal is spoken, it'll be goosebumps. What a player.
And regardless of how much time he has left ahead of him, Bridge, his contributions to the sport are immense. And the game is richer because of what Pardeep Narwal has done to the sport.
You should have been in Patna at the stadiums when Pardeep Narwal stepped onto the mat. Oh, he's impressed, hasn't he?
In seasons 3, 4 and 5, when he was at the peak of his powers. Unreal fan following.
Outside the stadiums, Navneet, I'm telling you, between our hotel and the stadiums, there was there was some distance. But the traffic, we had to leave so early to get there on time because Pardeep Narwal is playing this evening.
Yeah, we're only talking about the man for as long as we are, only because of what he's contributed to the sport. How much more we'll get to see of him, we don't know. That is top quality once again from Shivam Chaudhary. A star in the making, you'd say. Shivam Chaudhary,
yeah, he does
blossoming really well.
Does look the part. 7 raids tonight, 8 raids. This is his 4th raid point. But I'll tell you something. For the Bengaluru Bulls, Sushil has gotten to 7 raid points in 10 raids, man.
Now, he's been the one who's been doing all the scoring and a majority of the raiding as well.
Hasn't really been a defense-heavy game. The Bengaluru Bulls so far have just 3 points in defense, while the UP Yoddhas have 4. It's been the Raiders who've been doing the bulk of the running this evening.
Doesn't have a bonus that he can pick up here. Sushil is not the tallest, and so when it's a 5-man defense, you need to go that much deeper into the opposition half. As a shorter raider, you're asking yourself to do so much more. Pays the price here.
Yeah, well, he did think he was in with a chance when he almost got Sahul to overbalance on the right side. The coach loves it. Now, they're evenly tied, and once again, the Bengaluru Bulls, a slender 1-point lead. The defense comes to the party. Nitin Rawal hasn't been in the game at all in the first half so far.
And that's a bit rare, considering the season that he's had. 74 tackle points this season. Phenomenal season he's had.
That's like a lion pacing outside a bear's den.
The only real big positive from this season for the Bengaluru Bulls has been Nitin Rawal.
You know, but I tell you what, a lot of people, like you were saying, doesn't matter how he goes, is this a swan song or not? You know, people are saying this isn't Pradeep Narwal up to scratch, not at his best. You look at his numbers, they're not bad at all. His strike rate is not bad at all.
Yeah, but it's just unfortunately the bar we've all set ourselves in our minds with Pradeep Narwal because of what he's done in recent years. And oppositions now fancy themselves when they see Pradeep waiting. For a long time, it wasn't the case. That's just a gentle reminder. The eliminators on the 26th, the semi-finals on the 27th, the Melbourne Raid on the 28th, and the big final on the 29th. 20 minutes into this game. It's pretty even Stevens. Bengaluru Bulls 18, UP Yoddhas 19. But the highlight has been that Pradeep Narwal, the record breaker, registers yet another record as the only raider in the game to get to 1800 raid points.
It's not been a bad first half for him, has it? 9 raids, 5 raid points from those 9. 1800, what a number that is. Navneet was asking a while back, is it possible that anyone, any single raider catches up with this? It is insanely impossible. What it would have done to the body, to the mind, what it would have taken to last this long and get so far. And look at how he does this. In a two-man defense, Pradeep Narwal bulldozes his way through, and that's Kabudrangi. That's not an easy man to bulldoze your way through. The Bengaluru Bulls having the better of the first 10 minutes, the UP Yoddhas having the better of the next, and the Bengaluru Bulls lead by 1 point at the end of the first 20. The UP Yoddhas have not fielded their top 7 this evening. The Bengaluru Bulls will be looking to bow out on a high. How will they go in the second half? We will find out before this one. The Bengal Warriors versus Mumba. Remember, Mumba don't have a Q against their name. They need a win, a tie, or they need to lose by less than 48. A short break. We'll see you on the other side for the remaining of this game.
साथ लिया है। हमसे जो भिड़ेगा वो गिरेगा। नवीन और आशु अपने स्टाइल में स्वागत करेंगे। कोई भी आए हम पूरा डट के मुकाबला करेंगे। चौथे स्टार पर नजर रुकेंगे नहीं। दिल्ली का विजय रथ ट्रॉफी उठाकर ही लेकर जाएगा।
Coming for trophy this season.
Coming for trophy this season. Love it. This is the festival of Kabaddi over the next 4 days from the 26th to the 29th. The playoffs and the semis on the 26th and the 27th. The Melbourne Raid. Kabaddi going international for the first time. That's on the 28th. And the grand finale on the 29th. At the moment, we do know two things. And that is that the Haryana Steelers have occupied position number 1 at the end of the league stages. They are through to the semi-final number 1. Dabang Delhi KC at number 2 on the points table. So they will be in action in the second semi-final. Who are they going to face? Who are going to be in the eliminators? Which position? We will have all those answers by the end of tonight.
The Dream 11 top picks for this game. Nitin Raval, who hasn't been in the game at all. Surinder Gill, who's making a comeback after a long time. How many of those are in your team? You know, I have a question to ask of you. We saw the road to the finals just a couple of moments ago. Navneet, if you were, let's say you Mumba, who play the next game, right? Would you prefer to, Pardeep Narwal carrying on his merry way. First point of the second half.
Raider save.
6th straight point.
Bengaluru Bulls, number 17.
That's that 8-pointer. That's that 8-pointer versus the Haryana Steelers in season 5. He feints at a dupki. It wasn't one. He ran away from them, then actually goes in for a dupki. Twists, turns, stumbles. Virat Kohli goes nuts.
Unreal. You can just watch that on loop. It is a magician doing what he does best. That was magic. How did he move like that? It's unreal that his body allows him to move like that. Nobody does it quite like him. And you're right, it's a bit of a side-on dupki.
There's no bones there.
Now, Vijay Shetji, I would love to see you try that dupki, my man.
Navneet.
Go under your friend Mantra Mugd, why not?
Please have some respect for age, Navneet. now, so I was asking you, if you were U Mumba, would you prefer facing the UP Yoddhas, or would you say I would prefer to face the Patna Pirates in the eliminator?
I'll be very honest with you in saying this, that it shouldn't matter to either of the teams, to any of these teams as to who they're facing. If you're a team that is backing yourself to go the distance and lift that title, you will have to back yourself in beating the best. And so, I'm not too sure if the Yoddhas or even U Mumba, when they turn up in the next game, are going to play thinking of who they would like to play in the next game. And that's just my view on it.
Yeah, they might not play that way. They will play to win for sure, because that is a huge... This is the first successful tackle of the second half being celebrated by Shriram Finance. Now, a win will mean a huge psychological boost going into the eliminator, so I completely agree there. But back of your mind, you've beaten the Patna Pirates twice this season in 2 games. As U Mumba, would you say that is a team we can beat?
Well, I'm sure it's a conversation that they're having. But the way I see it, when you get to the playoffs, it's a clean slate. It's a fresh slate. Whatever's happened in the league stages is a thing of the past. Everyone's going to bring their A game. You're going to see more than 100% in terms of effort. I'm not too sure if the 2-0 record of the past is going to be a thing that they will be thinking too much. Now, I'll just try to give you an update of what that was.
Surinder claiming a touch on Lucky here, I think. Lucky saying it wasn't a touch. Gangaram has just gone out with injury. Let's hope it's not too bad. Oh, he took a knee to the temple, man. That hurts.
It's one of the hardest sight that you don't want to be seeing on a kabaddi mat, when a knee goes into the head of a defender. Oh man, that's brutal. That's painful. Let's just hope that Gangaram, who is being wheeled off, is okay.
It hurt Sushil too, man. That was a hard collision there.
Ouch. Surinder Gill continues here. Has 6 points. It's been a decent night for him already. But this game, Bridge, will have to be a tribute to Kabaddi's finest. In do-or-die effort, Surinder Gill picks up out of Nandal. But it just tells you the magnitude of Pardeep Narwal's contributions to the sport over the last decade.
Absolutely, but I'll tell you what, the way Surinder Gill is going here, it'll have gladdened Jasveer Singh's heart. Because he has a ready backup in case one of his 3 raiders who are not on the mat today do not turn up, you know, their usual selves don't turn up.
It's funny that we'll have to put a man with the caliber of Surinder Gill as a backup option.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that is just ludicrous as far as the Yoddhas are concerned. They have a serious team that have punched above their weight. Coach Jasveer Singh, the silent hero that he has been by the sidelines, has stitched a really top quality team together. And I must admit, I'll be honest in saying that at the start of the season, I probably would not have had the UP Yoddhas in my top 6. Not many would have. I would have had Puneri Paltan. Actually would have had the Tamil Talaivas.
Bengal Warriors.
Yeah, the Bengal Warriors, considering that they had the Sultan and money. But like we say, it's a game that gives us surprises after surprises. And what a season it's been.
It's not even like they've come from behind. The UP Yoddhas, we've seen them come from behind in seasons past. But they've played at this level all through and they've gone about their job absolutely quietly, just like that.
Yeah, that raid is testimony to how their season has been. And honestly, I probably would not have even had a new-looking Patna Pirates in my top 6. For me, the story of the Patna Pirates is one of the biggest stories of the season, of what they've gone on to do.
I mean, the story of their top 2 raiders, Devank and Ayan, that has been the story of the season. They've been incredible, and the sort of fire and the sort of focus they played with. They want a 4th star on the jersey. They already have 3 stars for the 3 trophies they've lifted. And Devank has gone on record saying, I want a 4th star. It's like he's playing with a point to prove, man.
Yeah, he's playing with some serious heat. He seems to be a serious lad.
Yeah.
And the look, the expression, he's not smiling too much. He's zoned in, focused. And to a point where it's almost as if he's playing like a man possessed.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the last few games he's been playing angry.
He's angry. I wonder if that anger is channeled into just pure focus and determination on the mat. And I'm just hoping it isn't anger that comes out in a different way.
Because he's young.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have the sort of composure or maturity that, say, an Ashu possesses.
Yeah. And so he'll obviously learn a lot season after season. Devam Dalal, by goodness gracious, he's taken the Kabaddi world by storm. Has all the makings, Bridge, all the makings of being a proper star of the game who plays it for a long, long time.
Knocking on wood, brother. Another rough super tackle opportunity here. Look at that. I mean, the wily old fox now, Surinder Gill. He says, no, I don't want to touch any of you. You come to me.
He knew that the next raid for the Bengaluru Bulls was a do-or-die raid, and he knew they had full strength on the mat. And so he said, listen, Pankaj, you come over. Substitute raider, Pankaj. Look at how they clip his wings. Saul Kumar pins him down.
Saul Kumar turned Pankaj into a wheelbarrow there, man. He was in the air. Imagine, Saul Kumar is not a starting 7 defender. Saul Kumar is a defender who can win games for them single-handedly. Now a do-or-die raid. Shivam in a 2-man defense. A rough super tackle opportunity here. Nitin Raval off to the bench with you, says Shivam. This is Shivam's 5th point of the night, but he's been far better than that, actually.
Yeah, I think the numbers don't indicate how good he's been. Yeah, picks up Nitin Raval, and they're staring at another all-out, the Bengaluru Bulls. A game that has looked pretty good for them suddenly has turned a little sour already. They're trailing by 5, facing another all-out. That lead will further extend. They've given Lucky the bonus. Now they'll swallow him. Oh no! Instead they won't! Gets the Iranian with a moment of magic.
Sharma was lucky, Kabudrangi wasn't. A bonus plus 1 point to the Bengaluru Bulls, pardon me. They come closer to the UP Yoddhas. live to fight another day. Another rough super tackle opportunity here. Surinder Gill is a tall, tall man. He's running to both ends furiously. Lucky Sharma attempts it. Surinder Gill. Yeah, there's almost a resigned look on Surinder's face. Why are you trying that, son?
Tough luck. Yes, the pedigree of the man, Surinder Gill, on full display, toying with the opposition quite literally. Now, they're surviving with one on the mat once again. The Bulls gets the bonus. Sushil this time, not Lucky Sharma. Can he do a lucky? Can he get lucky? Trying. Still nothing. 10 seconds on the clock. The clock's running down. Flat-footed, done and dusted.
Yeah, I think he was being a little careful about his knee, which he knocked into Gangaram's temple a while back. He gets them the bonus though. The UP Yoddhas get the 3 points, the 1 touch, the 1 tackle and the 2 all-out points. I'll tell you what, they weren't prepared for Lucky because Lucky is a defender, but they were prepared for Sushil as a raider. I think Lucky surprised them.
There they are, Mumba. They're taking this as deep as they can. Final game of the league stages to get that qualification card and to go into the playoffs. What a season it's been. Drama right up until the very end. Would the Titans be watching that game next up, Bridge? They'll be praying to all the gods known to mankind, hoping that Mumba lose a game by 48 points.
Impossible. I'm just being brutal. It's Mumba there. Listen, I'll tell you what, Nitin Raval has been substituted. He was limping when he went off. Let's hope that isn't too bad. Pardeep Narwal, he has 6 straight points tonight. He's moving, he's searching, they're not giving him anything. They're leading by 7, the UP Yoddhas at this point. And this is not their top 7, mind you. Imagine the sort of confidence in that camp. It's the second strategic timeout of the game. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds. See you on the other side of 90. Welcome back. The UP Yoddhas, a comfortable 7-point lead for them. Nitin Raval has just been substituted. 1 point is all Mumba need to qualify for the playoffs. It's been that kind of a season. We are at the absolutely last day of the league stages and we still don't have our 6th qualifier. The most successful captains in the game, Sunil Kumar, the captain of Mumba, at number 1 with 76 wins. Fazal Atrachali at number 2 and another Mumba captain, Anup Kumar, at number 3. The Dream 11 starting 7 for both teams.
Let's take a look at Mumba first. Amin Gorbani comes in. That's the only change.
In place of Rinku.
In place of Rinku. Now that's an interesting change. Rinku has been a bit off the boil over the last couple of games, but otherwise a familiar looking team.
For the Warriors, Sagar comes back in. Now this is the road to the finals. Eliminator 1 on the 26th of December, 3v6. 26th Eliminator 2, 4v5. The semi-final, the Haryana Steelers and Dabang Delhi have confirmed their places. Who will face them? We'll know at the end of this evening.
Oh! Well, caught in two minds there. And eventually, was Naveen Kundu tagged or not? Shivam Chaudhary says, I've got you, Naveen. Naveen thinks otherwise.
Naveen says no win.
Raider save. 1 point. UP Yoddhas.
There you go. They don't ask for the review.
No, Naveen Kundu wanted the review. Pardeep Narwal says, no, it's fine.
UP Yoddhas have suddenly upped the ante in the last few minutes.
Please.
They are going
No
with
touch.
the review.
Okay. TV umpire. Bengaluru Bulls challenge, no touch point. Our decision, 1 touch point. Please review.
Pardeep, it seemed, was pretty confident that the touch had happened. Naveen insisted
Please check
on
also
looking
backline cross.
for the review. Hang on, this angle is not going to tell us anything. This may... Hey, where was the touch? Navneet? No. That angle won't tell us anything. If anything, it's the last angle that might give us a clue. No.
Don't see anything. Nothing conclusive, to be honest. If it stays this way, the on-field decision will stay.
And you see the shadow of the Raiders' hand
on the
thigh.
On the thigh,
Yeah, the outer
which
thigh.
indicates that there possibly was no touch. That's a tough one. At the moment, it's given in favor of the UP Yoddhas and Shivam Chaudhary.
Yeah, if it remains that way, the Bengaluru Bulls will feel hard done by.
That's just a replay, a real-time replay of that same raid. We're still waiting for a decision.
The TV official is taking his time. This is a tough one.
Okay. Review successful. Raider out. 1 point. Bengaluru Bulls not cross the back line. Captain, you have returned your review. Not cross the back line, please.
I'll tell you what, that was cheeky from Shivam Chaudhary to claim that touch, man.
Yeah, Naveen Kundu looked convinced, but he wasn't very convinced with his appeal. And that's what created a little bit of doubt. That's why they decided not to take the review first up. And then eventually Pardeep changing his mind, and they did go with that review. But Reg, PKL goes to Melbourne. Wow, that's the game of Kabaddi making waves.
You know what I'm excited about? You're going to see Anup Kumar, Rakesh Kumar, Ajay Thakur.
You've been around to see those boys on the mat. I've not done that in the Pro Kabaddi League. Unfortunately, I wasn't a part of broadcast when that happened. I've seen them on the mat as a fan, but I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see some of the icons of the game of Indian Kabaddi back on the mat, and that too down under.
So, Anup Kumar, the Badshah of the bonus, Captain Cool himself, right? Ajay Thakur, the man doesn't, when he's on the mat, there is blood, it's not blood in his veins, it's ice. If you think Ashu Malik has composure, well, you look at Ajay Thakur, wingspan of an eagle, we called him the Iceman. Rakesh Kumar, the man fights until the last breath in his body. I mean, Deepak Hooda, you'll see him in action. A fighter if you've ever seen one.
Well, I'll bet my money on Deepak Hooda to be fitter than half the athletes that we see sometimes today as well. He is ridiculously fit, isn't he, Deepak Hooda?
Pardeep Narwal will be on the
Pardeep Narwal will be there.
Mighty
Maninder
Money,
Singh
yeah.
will be there. Nitin Raval will be... Oh my goodness, I can't wait for the 28th. It's going to be a big night.
And there'll be a team of Aussie Raiders. Bro.
Surely not the start of another India versus Australia rivalry. We have a little bit of that already going on as we speak. But there he is, Coach Randeep. You asked me about will he continue with the Bulls? He was not committed on that answer. But
1 point, Bengaluru Bulls.
I wonder.
Number 66 out.
That's another point there for the Bengaluru Bulls.
Sushil has gone past to Super 10.
Oh, wow. That is quietly done. With all the focus on Pardeep Narwal, Sushil has done well for himself. 11 points. Would you just get your thoughts on that? Would you imagine that sometimes there's no harm in having a change?
A change in the sense?
From a coaching point of view for the Bengaluru Bulls.
Huge question facing the management. Look, you cannot deny the fact that this man on your screen has been a legend for the Bengaluru Bulls.
In fact, it'll almost be like a pre-Randir era and a post-Randir era because it's 11 years with this team. The Bengaluru Bulls are one of the most storied teams in the game of Kabaddi because of Coach Randeep Sehrawat. Took them to glory in season 6 with Pawan Sehrawat leading the attack.
You're from Bengaluru, it's the Kantirava, isn't it? The kind of scenes the Kantirava has seen when the Bengaluru Bulls have taken to the mat.
Unreal fandom that the Bulls have for the game. Oh, he's cleaned them up!
Wait. Number 9.
No, was there a touch on both of them? Hold on. This could be a decisive blow, considering there's only 5.5 left in this game.
Has he stepped out here?
No, nothing on Mahendra Singh. Nothing.
Look at that right toe.
Super tackle. 2 points, UP Yoddhas.
Anticlimactic. Went the other way.
This was the chance for the Bulls to come back. Unfortunately, Pardeep Narwal has been deemed to have stepped out into the lobby and therefore...
One defender out of bounds. Raider.
The UP Yoddhas have been...
Okay. TV umpire. Bengaluru Bulls challenge, one defender out of bounds, Raider safe. Our decision, Raider out of bounds. Please review.
So, the UP Yoddhas have been awarded a rough super tackle, a magar ki jakad, because Pardeep Narwal has been deemed to have stepped into the lobbies. The UP Yoddhas have reviewed for a defender having stepped out of bounds, but it is in Mahendra, not before Pardeep steps onto or out of that white line.
Yeah, I think he's going to get it in his favor. UP Yoddhas, let's review those from the Bengaluru Bulls. It'll go against them. But he did go into the lobby before the touch. I thought that was an all-out. I got a bit excited.
Yes.
It's also going to be a rough super tackle of Magar ki jakad.
Review unsuccessful. Raider out, super tackle 2 points, UP Yoddhas. Captain, your reviews over, no more reviews.
Yeah, and just coming back to the fandom part, Reg, it's a part of the country that love their sport. And I'll tell you what, the one thing unique about sport in Bengaluru, we've been privileged enough, lucky enough to have superstars of different games be the poster boys of our franchises in Bangalore.
UP Yoddhas.
Possibly India's greatest footballer. His name is Sunil Chhetri. Plays for BFC. In cricket, need I say more? The king himself. 17 seasons, Virat Kohli with the Royal Challengers Bengaluru, and with the Bengaluru Bulls, Pawan Sehrawat and Pardeep Narwal, the two icons of the game. Part of the Bengaluru Bulls setup. It's a city that love their sport. They have had the biggest names in the game to cheer for as the poster boys. That's why this season will be a tough one to digest. Next up, the Warriors will be up against Vijay Shirji's U Mumba.
UP Yoddhas. Number 44 out.
And it tells you that there's a link, history between the fans and sport in Bengaluru.
That's absolutely true. And you must not remember the people behind those superstars, those superstar teams. Therefore, this chat about Coach Ranveer Sherawat. Huge questions for the Bengaluru Bulls management post this season.
There he is, Ajit Chauhan. One final effort, one last dance in the league stages. Can he bring his A game? He's had a breakout season already. Just been, dare I say, a bit off boil in the second half of the season in comparison to the first. Would you see it the same way, Rich?
Yeah, completely. You know, he had a terrible game versus the Haryana Steelers, was in fact substituted. And the thing is that Satish Kannan came in and made an impact, made an immediate impact. So Rohit Raghav has been the super sub. Now Saurabh Raut, if I'm not mistaken. So he didn't do as well against the Haryana Steelers as he did in the game previous. But Satish Kannan, now that is a question for the coach Ghulam Reza. What does he do? Now Ajit Chauhan, look, it's a no-brainer. He has to start.
UP Yoddhas.
Zafar Danish and Manjeet. Manjeet has been really, really good.
Number 17, please. Please, no jersey pulling.
For Mumbai this season. But, you know, Coach Ghulam Reza will be happy that he has a ready backup in the form of Satish Kannan if required.
But boy, did they pick up points quickly towards the final few minutes of that game against the Steelers. Saurabh, Rohit and Satish Kannan. They picked up points in a flurry.
Another good thing to come out of that loss versus the Haryana Steelers was the right corner, Vorbani, who came in place of Rinku. And he's starting today, actually. We saw that in the Dream 11 starting.
Number 33 out, 2018.
For Mumbai. So all in all, it's going to be an interesting game to at least... Because look, after that, it just boils down to 3 40-minute evenings. There is no time to, you know, pre-plan, post, you know, do post-mortem, strategize.
None of these league games, Bridge, yes, it'll count for something. But when we turn up day after tomorrow for the all-important playoffs, it's a new day and you've got to make it happen.
But just look at the size of that anomaly. Oh, what a leap here!
Raider save, 1 point.
Shiva Chaudhary. He's got something serious in him, that boy.
Yeah, that is some proper athleticism. Look at that. Pawan Sehrawat, if he's watching, he'll be mighty proud. That is a leap and a half. Gets to 9 points. How wonderful it'll be to see Shivam Chaudhary notch up for Super 10 here. He's been pretty special today. At a strike rate of 50, not bad at all.
So the game coming up, Mumbai versus the Bengal Warriors. Now Mumbai haven't qualified yet, remember. They need a win, a tie, or they need to lose by less than 48, which isn't practically possible. Sunil Kumar, I mean, he's played with some serious heat this season. Speaking of players with heat.
He has. Quite simply, more than the defender, it's Sunil Kumar, the captain, that makes a difference.
So, you know, Navneet, I was speaking about the size of the anomaly. Now, on the one hand, the teams that are in the top 6 are there because of the way they've played in the league stages. But then, once you've gotten there, it doesn't matter.
You can almost consider it as practically a whole new season. Because it's performance on the given day that matters. The league stages is a thing of the past, it's history.
Each game is a season unto itself.
Absolutely. And so I think, and I know Paddy mentioned that he wasn't entirely happy with the UP Yoddhas playing a different looking team today. I actually thought otherwise, because I thought just the main boys getting a rest in what's been a long season will do them a world of good. And you want to save them for the playoffs.
And Shivam Chaudhary getting a Super 10. Surinder Gill being on the cusp of one will also be will do their confidence a world of good.
Absolutely.
Man.
They've just unleashed a new little gem in the form of Shivam Chaudhary. It's been really impressive.
Number 11 out, 15
He's looked really clean. Great skills. Athletic. They're almost down to the final minute here. Pantik is in for raid. They're down to just to make that one, and they're staring at another all-out, the Bengaluru Bulls.
UP Yoddhas.
It's been tough to see. They've conceded 39 all-outs this season, including the 3 in this game. Should it come now? And it will.
So they'd conceded the second most all-outs this season of all teams, 36 before this. And I think this now makes it the most all-outs conceded by any team this season. It brings the UP Yoddhas to 41. The Bengaluru Bulls are at 29. There's a minute and a bit left to go in this game. This is Hasun Thongkruya. We haven't seen him this season. And he's been turned upside down.
1 point UP Yoddhas.
Always nice to see a new name get some time on the mat.
Very little time though.
Very, very little time, just 59 seconds. But as a Bulls fan, Vrij, I'll be honest with you, it's been a tough pill to swallow. It's been a rough season.
Yeah, commiserations to you, Navneet, and to all the other fans of the Bengaluru Bulls. Better luck next.
Himself, a big Bengaluru Bulls fan. I know the two of us were vouching for the boys in red and black all through.
Yeah, but Paddy, look, I mean, he's got some solace in the form of the Haryana Steelers.
Paddy has a little bit of solace in different teams. We'll come to that when it's the right time. Paddy is sitting right next to us in the comm box.
Navneet, I've seen you go through the agony of this season as a Bengaluru Bulls supporter.
Bengaluru Bulls, number 28
You know,
out.
we've had a lot of chats
Tell you
about it.
something though, as a Bengaluru Bulls fan, this isn't new.
Oh man, that just sounds so sad. But listen, 6 semi-finals they've played, Navneet.
It's been tough. It's been tough. Well, we Bengaluru fans, we've grown to having a thick skin now.
Hyder Ali Ikrami saying, let me get some. But one thing, look, the coach has taken all the blame for this terrible season that the Bengaluru Bulls have had. The silver lining this evening, Pardeep Narwal has gotten to 1,800 raid points. Yet another record for the record breaker. The crowd went wild when he got there. He acknowledged their cheers. The UP Yoddhas, unbeaten in 9. They will be going into the eliminators with serious confidence. The winning moments of this game being celebrated by Sriram Finance and Surinder Gill. Does it even look like he was off the mat for a while?
They've barely broken a sweat, and they've ended up winning this game by 14 points.
How is he so tall? How are they all so tall?
The same genes as you, my man.
Listen, my mum is watching this game. I don't think she's gonna like that really.
But let's just take a second to say thank you to the Bengaluru Bulls. Yes, it's been a rough season. Nobody wants to step out for a brand new season and want to end up at the bottom of the table. But it's unfortunately been that type of a season for the Bengaluru Bulls. They had a couple of wins along over these 22 matches. But I think the biggest shining star for the Bengaluru Bulls will have to be Nitin Raval. And with the Yoddhas winning this game, they are certain of a number 3 position. The Patna Pirates are clear of a number 4 position. Now at number 5 and number 6, is it U Mumbai at number 5 or is it the Jaipur Pink Panthers at number 5? And we're going to have that answer in about an hour from now. But for now, we're going to hear from the greatest raider, that is Pardeep Narwal.
आज की शाम एक और रिकॉर्ड प्रदीप नरवाल के नाम। प्रदीप, आप EKL के पहले खिलाड़ी बन चुके हैं जो 1800 रेड पॉइंट्स की चट्टान को पार करा है आपने। आपके लिए रिकॉर्ड्स क्या मायने रखते हैं?
रिकॉर्ड मायने रखता कि मतलब इतनी बड़ी लीग में इतना बड़ा रिकॉर्ड बनाया है, मतलब बहुत अच्छा लगता है।
जी, आई एम श्योर आपको एक और रिकॉर्ड रहा है आज आपकी शाम, और ये सीज़न का आखिरी लीग मैच था, और कोई ये रिकॉर्ड आपके लिए और क्या मायने रखता है?
देखो, मायने रखता कि मतलब आने वाले जो जूनियर प्लेयर हैं वो भी देखते हैं कि मतलब वो इतना अच्छा रिकॉर्ड बनाया है, तो आने वाले जूनियर प्लेयर होंगे वो भी देख के कुछ ना कुछ तो नया सीखेंगे।
जी,
मेरे लिए भी बहुत अच्छा है, मेरी फैमिली के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा है कि मतलब इतना बड़ा रिकॉर्ड बनाया है आज लास्ट मैच में।
आप ऐसे ही रिकॉर्ड्स बनाते रहे प्रदीप। हमने सुना है आप भी मेलबर्न जा रहे हैं, तो क्या प्लान है?
आप बिल्कुल जा रहे हैं मैडम, अच्छा प्लान है कि मतलब कि जब इतने सीनियर प्लेयर हमारे साथ जा रहे हैं उनसे कुछ ना कुछ नया सीख के आएंगे, वहाँ जाके मतलब अच्छा डिसिप्लिन में रहेंगे, अच्छा सीख के आएंगे।
जी प्रदीप, क्या हम आपको अगले सीज़न भी देखने वाले हैं एक नए अवतार में?
चलो देखते हैं मैडम, अभी तो सोचेंगे जाके क्या करते हैं, नहीं तो कोशिश तो ये रहेगी अगले सीजन भी खेलें।
जी, हमसे बात करने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। थैंक यू।
All right, you heard what he said there. He's still hungry to learn. This game, the Bengaluru Bulls lose by 14, but Pradeep Narwal scales Mount 1800. Massive, massive record. History created that game. Coming up, the Bengal Warriors versus U Mumba. They will qualify post this game unless they lose by 48 points or more. That seems like a distinct impossibility, but will they finish at 5 or will they finish at 6? We'll know soon enough.